Good morning and welcome back to Sew Bright Alpine Quilting. It's day 3 of the Great International Craft Show and we're coming to you from beautiful Bright. And hello to anyone that might be watching in Bendigo down at Craft Alive. This morning we're going to be talking about pre-cuts and all the different sorts of pre-cuts, and I'll show you some projects that we have combined with those as well. So lots of our suppliers do pre-cut bundles, such as this one here is a K for set jelly roll. So a jelly roll is a 2.5 inch strip set and you usually get about 40 fabrics in them. This one has some beautiful bright prints, and if you were watching on Friday you would have seen we've used this one in our pleated log cabin block. So that's it made up into a pleated log cabin block. Nice handy way to use the jelly roll. The other things that we like to do with jelly rolls are some quilts. So these ones are from Maywood. These ones are in the season, colours of the season. So they call this one fall, summer, winter and spring. And I've made a pattern for that one called Bright Jelly All Sorts. The pattern comes in 4 different sizes, so you can get from one jelly roll, you can get 2 cot quilts. I'll just come over here, Steve, it'll be a bit easier. So that's the spring colourway. And then if I flip it around, you can see the summer. And we've just coordinated a lovely little stripe with that one as well. So as I said, that pattern comes in 4 different sizes, and that's one that we've done in-house. We've also got some plain jelly rolls or design rolls or whatever you want to call them. So we have Moda black ones, we have white tone-on tones from Maywood, and this great black and white one is from Moda. That one's called Illustrations, and that one also comes, as you can see in the front here, in a layer cake, and it also has a great panel that goes with that one as well that you also can see on the website. So that's the jelly rolls that we have at the moment. And the other layer cake that we have is the Sunshine Soul from Create Joy Project. This has some beautiful watercolour designs on it, a little bit of bling on some of the fabrics, and it has that watercolour look to it, which is really gorgeous. And that one also has a quite large panel that goes with it as well, that you can make it to like a whole cloth quilt, and then you could chop up the layer cake and use it piano key style around as a border. Another popular size is the charm packs. So we have lots of different charm packs at the moment. We have the Dance in Paris from Moda. We have White Bella Solids, Tone on Tone Whites from Kimberbell, and then the same matching charm packs in the seasons. Fall, winter, summer and spring. And we also, there's a great project called Seasons that you can make with those that we have on the website. The other Dance in Paris ones that we have are a honey bun, which is a 1.5 inch strip set. So that one has 40 fabrics in it, and the pattern that goes with that one is called Pure from Zenchick. So Zenchick also designed this range of fabric for Moda, and we have some great patterns that go with that one. We also have the Fat Quarter bundle from the same range, and 2 projects you can make with that Fat 1/8 bundle is the Spring in Paris quilt, which uses a hexagon, it's a hexagon shape, but it uses the triangle template from Marty Michelle. And then we also have the diamonds and grey. So this one uses mainly the green and blue side of the range, and this one uses mainly has more of the range in it. This one here is in progress at the moment, so keep a watch out for that one. Then we have lots of different Fat Quarter bundles in store. Good Vibes Only, nice bright graphic one. Modern prints, quite geometric, Great for a nice modern quilt. There's 32 fat quarters in that bundle. Then we have Jardin de la Reine from Free Spirit. Ideal. That one's got some beautiful big prints in it. Quite different colours. And we're going to be making that one in the Pastimes pattern from Lynn Wilson. Okay. And of course we have lots of bundles of the K Facet Collective. Different ones. This one was called Day, so lots of beautiful bright from the K Facet Collective, which is K Facet, Philip Jacobs and Brandon Mabley, designing all with the same colour palette and some quite unique fabrics in those. This one is the newest one, so this one is Cool and its opposite is Warm. So lots of beautiful prints in those. And then we also have a Cold. This one has lots and lots of different patterns in it. You can see a picture of them all spread out on the website underneath the different categories. And this one was the Hot one. Other fat quarter bundles that we have in store are ones that we put together ourselves from different ranges. So we've got the Florographics 5 from Jason Yenter. That features 29 fat quarters in that one. And then we also have Jason Yenter's Haven in a few different bundles. So we've got the little bundles of the different colourways. So these are 8 fat quarters in the bundle. So we have a blue colourway, the purple, and the multicolour, and then we have a bundle of all 24 as well. And last but certainly not least, we have a bundle that we put together of abandoned fabric from Tim Holtz, along with some of the Provisions fabrics, which is his little plain fabric that he coordinates with. So lots of graphic designs on that one, nice bright fabrics. And you can find those on the website as well. Okay, I'll just pop those aside. I've just flipped through a couple of the patterns that are also great for using with pre-cut bundles. So Stargazing is a good fat quarter one. Fat quarters again from the Fancy Free from Monica Poole. Chain Reaction from Lynn Wilson. Miss Daisy would be great in a layer cake. Those are the black and white one with black sashing, would look fantastic. Sweet and Sassy. The pleated log cabin as we showed you earlier. And that's the jelly roll one. And the hummingbird is also a jelly roll one. And then some of our patterns are Bright Type, which is a good fat quarter one. Messed Up is also fat quarter friendly, and Going to Market is a good fat quarter one that uses 32 fat quarters, and then that's the Bright Jelly All Sorts that we showed you earlier. So as you can see, lots of different choices there. You can find them all under the Great International Craft Show tab on our website at sewbright.com.au. And if you can't find anything that you've seen today, just give us a call or send us an email and I will send you the link for them as well. I'd also like to quickly chat to you about foundation paper piecing, which is another technique that I really love and that I love to teach. So I teach the foundation paper piecing technique by Judy Niemeyer of Quiltworks. So this is the latest quilt that we've finished, which is called Coral Reef. And it's a Technique of the Month quilt, which means that it's packaged up block of the month style, so you work on one section at a time, and it's all packaged together as such. So this is the pattern bundle here. So it comes with all step-by-step instructions, colour photos, and all of, you can see in there, all of the foundation papers and paper templates that you need. So that comes in the wall size, which is the size that you can see here, which is an 80-inch quilt. And it also comes in a queen size version, which is 99 inches. Nice big one in that one. Now we can also help you work out a fabric kit for these, because we use their program called Quiltster, which allows us to colour each of the sections with any fabric that we have in store and show you what your quilt might look like before you even start it. So that's a great tool, and that works with pretty much every Quiltworks pattern, and including the dinner plate dahlia, which we are making in this colourway here. Beautiful Hoffman 1895s in soft greens and pinks with grey accents. So that one's coming along nicely. I'll show you one of those sections in a second. We also have the vintage rose in a queen size. So this one is a 96-inch quilt. And then we have the vintage rose in a wall size, which is a 74-inch one. We also did this one in a rainbow, which you can see in store. So it has a rainbow with a little bit of black and white accent on it in our version. We stock most of the Quiltworks patterns, so you can find them on the website or you can see them in store. And if there's one in particular that you would like that you can't find in the website, we can always get it in for you. So I will just give you a quick look at the dinner plate dahlia. So this is the colourway of the dinner plate dahlia that we're making. It's slightly different to the other one. I've changed up the colours in the border slightly, and some of the colours through here. It's coming together really nicely. I'll show you a few sections of that we've completed. Just to explain it. So if you are new to foundation paper piecing and you haven't heard of it before, it's a really great organised way to make a quilt. So if you're an organised quilter who loves a production line, you're going to love doing foundation paper piecing the Quiltworks way. If you're not an organised sewer, you will be after you've made one of their quilts, I can tell you that for sure. So here's a couple of sections that we've already done from the quilt. These ones have had the paper removed, so we take the paper off after we get there. After we've pieced them, these ones still have the paper. So you can see each of the units has the sewing lines and the sewing lines drawn on. So it's basically quilting by numbers. So it tells you which line to sew and in which order. So line 1, line 2, etc. And we have these fantastic little TRP lines, transition registration point lines here, that help us match up all our sections when we sew them together. So we don't have to clip our seams, and we've got smart corners which help everything to go together nicely. So this is the section that we're about to start, this section B. So you can see all of the different lines are printed on the paper, and you get the template layout sheets which show you how much fabric to cut, and in the instructions it tells you how many strips. And in this case, because this is a unit of 12, so we have 12 units going around the quilt. A bit of a shadow on yourself there. So this is how we cut out. So we lay our fabric down, our strips down, put our template layout sheet on the top, and then we just cut that apart to create the little sections that we're going to quilt in. And this is the other side of that. So this unit will be a beautiful bluegrass and white, and then it will have that grey accent that you can see on this one, and a little bit of pink on the top. So that will have those three colours and this grey accent on the side here when we piece that unit together. The rulers that help us when we're cutting out are the add a quarter rulers. I'm not sure if you've seen those before, but they've got a little lip on the back, which when you use in conjunction with a piece of template plastic that we fold back on the line. So as we're piecing, so if we were to be doing on line number 1, we would fold that back, add a quarter ruler, and we trim off all the excess of the fabric as we're going along to keep our seam allowances nice and tidy. And so the template plastic helps us to lock that ruler in place so that when we come through with our cutter, we get a nice accurate 1/4 inch seam, so that you can see on the back here that all our seams are beautifully trimmed. So as I mentioned, I do teach this method, and the next retreat that we're doing is a 4-day retreat in February, and that will be February 18 to 21. So if you're interested in starting a QuiltWorks quilt or just learning a little bit about the technique, if you have a look on the website under the classes tab, there's some information there on what you can make and how much it is for the 4 days. If you are coming to Bright in January, we could also run another one then, so you would just need to contact us and we can work one in that time as well. So for now, that is all. This afternoon we'll be back at 2 o'clock in the classroom to make the chenille textured cushion with the cutter. Is that better? So you can see this one, we've used a wildlife art panel from Natalie Jane Parker. We've got a few different ones of those left. As you can see, we have penguins, platypus and pelicans, and the one that we used in the class was the wombat, the kangaroo and the echidna. We also have the undersea creatures and a couple of different cockatoo ones. So we'll be back at 2 o'clock in the classroom to show you how to do that, and then at 3 o'clock we'll be back live to show you some stocking stuffers and give you a recap of what else our showcase products were for the weekend. So we'll see you at 3 o'clock back here live, or 2 o'clock in the classroom. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.